So here's the deal, man. I heard that your girl Porsha Williams and your girl Kandi Burruss done got into it. Now, where did I hear the tea? From Tamira Tattles, of course, Jesus, a real blogger, unlike that fuckboy Meat magazine. He's just an asshole with the microphone. So, Tamira posted the story on September 5th of 26. Whoa, that was like a damn week ago almost now. Damn. Took me a long time to do this video, huh? I must have been busy with your mama. But anyway, so Tamira Tattles posted a story titled Exclusive. Porsha Williams is up to her old tricks, violent outbursts, and fake broke boyfriends. Really, Jesus? Did you really have to shade my favorite like that? Seriously, I have a lot of favorites, but my favoritist of all time, the bestest, my number one, my ace boon, never raccoon, Porsha Williams. She's the top. She's the pinnacle. She's everything to me. She is my favorite, period. My favorite celebrity, my favorite singer, my favorite twerker, my favorite rapper. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but Porsha doesn't rap. Well, I tell you what, she can rap them pretty lips around this Disney. No offense, it's a mean 3.5. But anyways, and I'm not trying to, offend her boyfriend or anything. Not trying to get my ass whooped. So let me go ahead and read to you what Tamira Tattles had to say about it all. Tamira Tattles writes, damn, this is offensive, I'm hurt. It never fails that right before a long weekend, I get an exclusive drop of white hot tea, and then everyone scatters and leaves Atlanta. Such was the case this weekend. Since many of you left me as well, I held on to things until you got back. In the meantime, I have a few more details. In the photo above, it's short. In this, I posted a link in my blog to this article for the record, where you can see the photo if you want to see for whatever reason. It's a photo of Kandi on the left, Porsha in the middle, looking fine, and some chick named Lena, and she's looking fine too. Well, they're all fine. Kandi's fine, Porsha's fine, Lena's fine. Lena can lean on me. You know what I'm saying? I like to lean up in that. But anyways, Jesus. Tamira Tattles writes, in the photo above, it sure does look like Kandi Burruss is trying to play nice with the anger issues this season. Did she really just call Porsha that hoe over there? Porsha's not a hoe. Porsha is a saint. Okay? Porsha was a virgin when she got married. A lot of people don't know that. Porsha's only been with 2 men in her lifetime. That was Cordell and Christ. So everybody can stop hating on my Porsche. But anyways, let me go ahead and read the rest of this article to you. But I have exclusive information that those days are over. Last week, Real Housewives of Atlanta had one of their all-cast dinners at a local brewery/restaurant. Everyone was there. My exclusive Tamira Tattle sources tell me that, quote, the cast asked Porsha how her anger management classes were going. If you recall, I was first to report that Porsha was sent to anger management by Bravo. See, that's a real blogger, just for the record. It seems at the time she only went to one class and it was filmed. After the third attack last season, her castmates all asked production to kick her off the cast. But it seems I'm interjecting, they asked for production to kick her off the cast, but it seems they opted to just send her back into therapy. Now, I envision a smirking Kenya bringing this up at the dinner, despite my source simply saying, quote, the cast. That was until I hear that it was Kandi and Porsha who nearly came to blows in the restaurant. It was then that Porsha took off running, which was smart because Kandi already said on the reunion she is not going to tolerate Porsha's aggression. While Kenya took a passive approach, refusing to engage in a Jerry Springer-like brawl when Porsha attacked her on the reunion the previous year, Kandi made it very clear that would not be her response to Porsha. You won't believe what happened next. Porsha fled the restaurant as production captured her running out into traffic and running back and forth across the street. Porsha had a full-on meltdown while the rest of the cast watched through the window. This will most certainly appear on camera. In answer to Kandi's question, it doesn't seem like anger management is working for Porsha, and she continues to be a major liability for Bravo. Pause the story right there. Did they say that, or is Tamira saying that, just for the record? My sources referred to the incident as a bizarre nervous breakdown. The day after I heard that, I was sent a link to entertainment website Industry on Blast, who also received some interesting tea on Porsha over the weekend. They claim that Todd Stewart, who is Porsha's latest boyfriend, is seeking visitation of his 2 children, ages 17 and 15. who petitioned the District of Columbia Court for emancipation in 2014 and want no further contact. Word is they, the kids, have not spoken to Todd Stewart in 2 years after he was closely involved all their natural lives, and their relationship ended in a screeching halt once they left the home of his parents in D.C., where both boys lived mainly while Todd traveled. Most recently, they heard she might be trying to have a baby with the father. Meanwhile, he offers no support to either teen nor attempts any contact except through court petitions to their mother. Evidently, he doesn't want to appear to be the total deadbeat dad that the boys have proclaimed to DC courts most recently. His oldest son, Torrin, has a promising football career and is currently being kept by his brother, who coaches, and Todd's father, who was a notable man in DC, Willie Stewart. Meanwhile, Todd has always pranced around with NFL players after a failed football career as a TERP, a TERP, I don't know what that means, but has finally hit jackpot with Miss Porsha Stewart, who has no clue. First of all, her name is Porsha Williams. Come on now, the shade. Has finally hit the jackpot with Miss Porsha Stewart, who has no clue about his estranged sons, nor has met them, although loves her new bae before anyone else. Unaware of his questionable past as a dad, can she remain a Real Housewife of Atlanta? With Todd, since on record in DC he is on welfare and makes well below the poverty line and can't pay anything for support. He lost custody of both children in 2014 after his parents were tired of raising his kids. Maybe that's whose EBT card Porsha was caught with in ATL. I checked with Tamira Tattle's exclusive sources, who told me that Todd was the latest, quote, fake boyfriend from out of town Porsha has been trying to film with this season, and it has the same amount of legitimacy as her quote unquote boyfriend, Duke Williams, last season. If you recall, Duke could not wait to hightail it back out west when Porsha started her way too serious overtures towards Duke. That was a Freudian slip because, how could anybody turn away from Porsha? But anyways, unless they're turning away because her shine shines so bright that they needed to get their eyes back together because she was. Anyways, back to the story. My sources don't believe the relationship with Todd is a real thing. Side note, does anyone else find it odd that Porsha's last fake boyfriend's last name was Williams and this one's last name is Stewart? Duke Williams, Todd Stewart. Well, let me just interject this here. Todd is Kandi's man's name too, just for the record. So that's really interesting. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Porsche because that's my boo. I'm just saying, But anyways, see, in my head, Portia's my boo, and in my head, I'm her boo too. And homeboy is, just somebody who she's trying to use to make me upset or whatever. Anyway, back to the story. We all know Porsha has baby fever. Porsha, I will give you this mean 3.5 inches and a pretty baby. Porsha, just listen. I don't have 11 kids running around. I'll save my. I'll sell myself at the end of the video. Let me read the rest of this article for real. We all know Porsha has baby fever, and it is even more intense since her sister had her baby. So it is quite plausible that she may be trying to get knocked up by the stand-in boyfriend on Real Housewives of Atlanta. However, she has quote unquote dated some wealthy men. And to me, it would make more sense to poke a hole in a condom or 6 so she would have someone to hit up for child support. This scrub, if the IOB Entertainment on Blast story is true, would be a poor choice, it seems. Clearly, the internet has more information on the men that Porsha becomes entangled with than she does. How does a man with no legal children even get on welfare? Is that even possible? Porsha seems to pay for a lot in her relationships that she takes in the show. Even Porsha put it out there that her last fake boyfriend got his car repossessed and she had to pay for her plane ticket to visit him. Also, the photos above are the only ones I saw on Instagram, and they only showed up 2 weeks ago. I admit to not doing a thorough investigation. I hope you can forgive me for that. But there is only so much twerking a girl can take. Wait a second, pause. I'll wait. I'll wait to say what I'm gonna say about that. Also, Porsha cut her hair after this photo and went with a really short, cute style, only to post on Instagram that her man didn't like it and said she looked like a boy. Shortly after that, the weave was back in. Porsha doesn't wear weave, for the record, but let me finish the story. Is anyone surprised that Porsha's violent outbursts and bizarre relationships with scrubs she meets online is continuing this season? I wonder how much Bravo is wasting on her therapy. End quote. Thank you, Tamara Tattles, for that tea. But let me just say this. Now, I'm not trying to call Miss Tamara a hater. I'm just saying that she really went way too far. Obviously, she's being paid to say those mean things about Porsha because Porsha is everything. Porsha is life. Life is Porsha. Porsha is the prettiest girl that I ever saw. She's the most important person in the room, even when she's not in the room. And as far as her dancing, Porsha created the earth in 6 days and twerked on the 7th. So all of this stuff about Porsha twerking too much, there can never be too much twerking. Porsha can twerk on my face. She can twerk listen, Jesus. But anyways, all I know is this. At first, I was salty and hating on her with Duke Williams, but I got used to it. Then I was salty and hating about her with homeboy Todd Stewart. But then I thought about it. I said, well, if that's what makes her happy, what can I do? You know, other than applaud her and say, I'm happy that you're happy. Because just because Porsha is like everything times a million, but she's out of my league, you know what I mean? But anyway, so a lot of people probably thinking like, if she's meeting scrubs online, why doesn't she just get with a thirsty blogger? That's what I'm saying. Listen, we need to all at Porsha and say, Meet Magazine, the thirsty blogger, would be perfect for Porsha. If you agree, use this hashtag on Twitter and Google+. Hashtag Meet Loves Porsha. That's what I want y'all to do. Listen to me. We need to get Porsha's attention. So then that way, I can give her this baby that she wants. Allegedly, I will bust about 2011 Thunder Nuts up in her Jesus. Yes, I would. Infinite Thunder Nuts. Yes, I would. Back to back in the coochie, not on the back. Yes, Jesus. Listen, the only thing she had to do was just say yes. The only thing she had to say was she wanted a baby. I would have brought the super sperm through and busted all up in her. That's all she had to ask for. But for some reason, she picked this dude. I don't have 11 kids running around and child support that I'm not paying for, Jesus. Why not get with a guy who's doing better? I mean, come on now, Jesus. And then to top it off, I have a mean 3.5 inches, and I'm rich because I have $14. I mean, I would think that with all of these things that I bring to the table, she would have been hollering at your boy. For some reason, listen, I'm not trying to be a fake boyfriend on the show. Listen, I'm trying to be the only one. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus. The only Porsha. Let me stop. For the record, as far as her short haircut is concerned, she didn't look like a boy. Usually women do look masculine with shorter hair. However, Porsha is the prettiest girl that ever existed. She makes sex icons and beauty icons look like shit. She makes Marilyn Monroe look like heroin the hoe. I mean, come on now, Jesus. It's like Porsha's everything. I don't understand how some people can't see it. It really boggles my mind. I guess some people really are third eye blind. You know, they just don't have the vision to see. I don't get it. But anyways, as far as the whole thing with her and Kandi fighting, man, I'm so team Kandi. She makes good music. She's a phenomenal singer, phenomenal songwriter, and she's very beautiful. Banging back to Todd's a lucky dude. He had to go bust a thunder nut up in that real quick. You see how he gave her a baby real quick? See that? As soon as they got married, he said, you know, the second they got married, they were like, I now pronounce you man and wife, and she was already pregnant, just right there, before they could leave. I don't blame him. But anyways, the point is this though. Porsha and Kandi going at it is two pretty girls going to war. There is a war on pretty, and I don't support it nor condone it. I think that pretty girls need to make money together like they were when Porsha was in her play, and I think that everybody needs to just slay together by being pretty. There's too much pretty in the room when the two of them are in there together, and there's just no need for any conflict. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Porsha's on the screen, I'm looking at her beautiful face, and I can't even speak. I'm stunned. But anyways, I'm Team Porsha, so of course I'm going to say these things. Don't forget, hashtag Meet, MEET, loves Porsha. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meet Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meetmagazine.blogspot.com for more, and follow me on Twitter at Meet Magazine. #Meet loves Porsha.